everyone. Welcome, welcome. I have a really juicy topic for you today. If any of you are familiar with lucid dreaming, which I'll bet you are, we're going to take it a step further, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute. I am with Dr. Claire Johnson, PhD from England, a lucid dream specialist. Hey, Claire, welcome.
Hi, Marla. Lovely to be here.
Tell us a little bit about what is lucid dreaming.
Yes. So lucid dreams are dreams when you know that you're dreaming, and then you can guide and shape the dream if you want to. Although it doesn't have to be all about control, you can just relax and go with the flow of the dream. But you have this lucid awareness. So that means when you become lucid, often the dream becomes much more vivid, the colours glow. It's almost like watching TV in black and white, and then suddenly everything changes to colour. You have a very focused, mindful consciousness.
And do you have to consciously put yourself into that, or can it just happen spontaneously? And you're like, hey, I know that I'm dreaming. What's more common?
Oh, it depends on the person. Many people have spontaneous lucid dreams right from childhood. I know I did myself, but others struggle to become lucid in their dreams. But we can all become lucid. We can learn to cultivate lucid dreams. So by keeping a dream journal, to keep us in touch with our dreaming mind, and also asking ourselves during the day, am I dreaming? And really questioning our state of consciousness, kind of almost expecting to find out that we are dreaming. And then what would we do if we were dreaming? All that sort of thing. And then announcing the intention to become lucid. Tonight I am lucid in my dreams. That can really help too.
Yes, you were saying, I was reading something on your website where it was giving tips on how to become lucid. And one of them was, you're just, like, let's say you're walking the dog or you're looking at a butterfly, and then you just say, am I dreaming? And that sort of plants the subconscious, gets it ready for that, for asking that.
Exactly. That's right, because the more often we do this while we're awake, the more likely we are to do that while we're dreaming, and then discover that we actually are dreaming.
Right. So we were having a chat before, and I was talking about sleep paralysis and how, I've been plagued with that, and just, this is fascinating. Tell my OnStellar peeps that what happens, because I used to think it was like a spirit that was nearby that was paralyzing me, or that I think it was called the nag or the hag, like this witch that would sit on your chest and you couldn't wake up. Yeah. And I loved what you said about it. That makes so much sense. What really happens when we're paralyzed in our sleep and we wake up?
So in sleep paralysis, we're in a transitional state of consciousness. So our brain is alert and lucid, but our body is still in this natural paralysis that we all experience every night. And we have this natural paralysis to stop us from leaping out of bed and enacting our dreams. It's a self-preservation thing for the human species. So the paralysis is absolutely normal. But when we wake up to find that we can't move our body, the instinct is to panic, but there's no need to panic. And even though we will have strange experiences sometimes where we hear strange things or we see strange things or we have very weird experiences, there's no need to panic. The dream is a very, very thought-responsive environment. So if we're really scared, guess what? It gets more scary. Right. Everything gets more scary. But once we learn to calm ourselves down and take some deep breaths and just relax, then everything else calms down. And once we've calmed down that whole crazy sleep paralysis environment, we can then focus on creating a whole beautiful vision in our heads, like of being on a wonderful beach, and then we can just allow that to turn into a wonderful lucid dream. So it can be a great step into lucid dreaming.
Great. I'm looking forward to making that switch from being scared to diving back into lucid dream. Yeah. Okay, so this is fascinating. Lucid sex. What's lucid sex?
Oh, a lot of people, that's one of their main goals, to become lucid. I mean, I've heard this from so many people who write to me via my website, and they say, for me, that's the goal. I want to become lucid in my dream and then just have sex with whoever and have a really great time.
Can we have sex with Johnny Depp or,
Oh, exactly. Yeah, people choose their favorite movie star and make them appear in a dream. But it's funny, you know, because I often get people writing into me as well saying, oh, it's so frustrating. I get lucid in my dream and there's this wonderful movie star and she and I are about to start making out and then she turns into, like, you know, a donkey or a giraffe or she melts into a puddle of plastic and, you know, all these strange things happen because we're in the dream state. If you haven't got very stable lucidity, then, you know, crazy things can happen because it's a dream. And sometimes this kind of happens for a reason. Of course, dreams are psychological spaces as well. So the person who always finds that their wonderful sex goddess turns into a mouse and runs away, for example, can perhaps ask themselves, you know, what are my expectations and what are my feelings really about having sex with this movie star or whoever it is? A lot can be sorted out on the psychological level to pave the way for more fun lucid sex that actually works. So there's all sorts of levels to think about there.
So I suppose you know, I'm a matchmaker, so I deal with singles. So I suppose if somebody hasn't been able to find a partner for a long time and they want to have sex, they can have satisfying sex in their lucid dream.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's been scientifically proved that both men and women can orgasm in lucid dreams. This has all been measured in the sleep lab with lucid dreamers who have signaled with eye movements to show when they've become lucid in a dream, and this is all being recorded in the sleep lab. And then they've gone out, found a dream lover, signaled again to say this is the start of the dream sex, and then had their orgasm, signaled again, and then afterwards they can see through the vaginal probe or whatever it is that they've used that there was actually an orgasm, and also that the heart rate increased and the respiration increased, all those sorts of things. That all happens in the lucid dream state as well. No. So it is incredibly realistic.
What do you mean signal? They're signaling on purpose? I mean, they're.
Oh yes, I'm just talking here about.
The signaling with the eyes.
Yeah, this is just a sleep laboratory situation. So when you have someone in a sleep lab and you're saying, right, we're doing an experiment on lucid sex, they have to experiment. They have to tell the experimenter, I've started the experiment, and then they say, you know, I've had my orgasm, I've finished the experiment. They can do all that with eye signals because you still have control over your eye movements.
Yeah, it's amazing that they're in the dream, they're lucid, and then they're also in the here and now being able to signal with their eyes to the person doing the study.
Yeah, I know, it's really crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Right. It's quite impressive. It's very, very difficult, I think, as well, to stay lucid in the dream when you're also thinking about your physical eyes making signals to the physical world. I mean, you have to be a very, very good lucid dreamer to be able to do that, to have a lot of focus.
Now, has there been any study about the pineal gland and dreams? Because is that where we're seeing things from, since our eyes are closed when we're dreaming? Either we're out of the body or we're seeing with the pineal gland. Do you know, is there any study on that, or what's your thoughts?
It's incredibly difficult to study things like that. There's been a lot of studies about brain activities during dreams and sleep, of course. But I do think that dreaming does go beyond the brain and what's happening in the brain. I think we all leave our bodies, in a sense, every night to go into a dream body. And when we get to know our own dream body and how it feels, that can be another really good way of becoming lucid in a dream, because the dream body has a very different feel to it. It's very light, it floats, you know, you can float up in the air, you can stretch your body so it's long. I've tried doing yoga in lucid dreams before, and of course I can do all the poses, you know, all the stuff that I can't do while I'm awake. You can do anything because you're completely flexible. And so we inhabit this dream body in our sleep. And I don't know how much of that is really just confined to the brain. I think it goes beyond that. Also, there are deeper levels of lucid dreaming. For example, when we have no dream body and we dissolve into light and we lose our sense of self and we just float in oneness. And so experiences like that as well, you kind of think, well, can it all be down to brain activity or even the pineal gland?
Right, because we see so clearly and vividly. I mean, it's just like the person's right there. It's and then all these people. I always wondered who these people are in my dreams, because you see people, you're in your dream, and they're I don't know these people, and then I thought, are they people, random people I've just seen walking down the street or in life, and that's implanted in my head, and they show up? Are they people from my past life? You know, it's very interesting. Like, who in the hell are these people?
I know. Well, I mean, I've had some strange experiences where people have actually dreamed of me, and then they've met me in waking life without having ever seen me before or ever heard of me.
Oh.
And they'll come up and, they'll appear in my workshops or at a conference. There's this big conference of the International Association for the Study of Dreams. They'll come in and they'll be like, I dreamed about you. I met you in a dream.
Oh,
and sometimes it can be really uncanny how much information they've picked up about me. One woman dreamed that I was lying on a beach in Goa, which is in India, wearing yoga clothes, and with my hair and everything, I look the same. And that was so interesting because she picked up on various things like yoga. I'm a yoga instructor, and also India. My first novel, Breathing in Colour, was set in India, and I've been to India quite a few times. And then obviously the hair and everything, the way I looked, she picked up on that. So, and she said to me, I finally met you. I knew that was someone important. In the dream, she was told that it was going to be someone who would be a teacher for her and something to do with dreams. So she kind of had the whole picture already. It's crazy.
Incredible, yeah. And I just remembered speaking about lucid sex. Sometimes I will have sex with somebody in my dream, or I'm in a romantic situation. But I remember when I was in my 20s, I had this dream that I was having sex with this man, and he was a man I knew. He ran a jewelry shop down the street from where I worked. He was overweight, not attractive, nobody in a million years I would want to sleep with, and he was gay, and in real life. And I'm like, and I woke up and I was absolutely disgusted. Like, I wouldn't have ever fantasized or contemplated having sex with him, but we were having sex in that dream. I still remember it today.
Okay, yeah. So this is another thing that happens a lot. And it's very interesting because then you just need to remember that the dream is also a psychological space.
Okay.
So it's not literal, or it doesn't have to be literal. Some dreams are very literal, but most of them are not. Mm-hmm. So psychologically speaking, for example, perhaps there is something about that person, some good quality that you would need more of in your life at that particular moment, So you'd look at that as in a psychological way to find out why. But generally, feelings of disgust or shock or horror are often associated with sexual dreams, but it's not helpful to have those feelings, even though we can't help it. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
But the more helpful thing is to ask yourself, why did I dream of that particular person? And one thing you could do is just do a visualization where you close your eyes and you go back into that dream with that person, and then you just mentally just ask them, why am I dreaming about you?
Yeah.
Why am I dreaming that you and I are having sex together?
Yeah.
And then find out from them, and you'll get some sort of answer.
And I liked him. I mean, he was funny. I knew him, but never in a million years would I have been attracted that way. So that was just, yeah.
Well, maybe it was his humour, something about his humour or his approach to life or something like that. Yeah, because often people worry as well. They say, I had a dream about cheating on my husband, but I love my husband and I wouldn't want to cheat on him. Why am I having this dream? But again, it doesn't have to mean that you actually really want to cheat on him. Right. What it can be is a symbolic dream that perhaps you need something new in your life. This could be a new job or a new baby, or you want to go traveling and see something different, just have a different experience. So it's always good not to take sexual dreams too literally, but just sort of unpack them and do a bit of dream work with them to find out what they're really saying to us.
All right, awesome. Well, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, I have a website. It's deepluciddreaming.com, and I answer questions there about lucid dreams and nightmares, sleep paralysis, anything related to sleep and dream.
And there's some great blogs on there, great videos. I mean, anything you want to know about dreaming and lucid dreaming is on her website, you guys. So it's awesome. And your latest book, tell us about that.
Yeah. So my latest book is Mindful Dreaming, and this is a book where I have lots of practical exercises to help us become lucid in our dreams and to explore our dreams. And also I talk about healing from grief, so bereavement dreams. I talk about sexual dreams, I talk about physical healing, psychological healing, and also soul dreams, which are very deep, enriching spiritual dreams. So there's a lot in there. And my other book is Llewellyn's Complete Book of Lucid Dreaming, which is just a huge book all about all aspects of lucid dreaming based on my entire lifetime of 20 years of researching the subject and lifetime of lucid dreaming myself.
So do you lucid dream every night? Is that your intention when you go to bed? Pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, I have lucid experiences every night. Sometimes they're not actually a lucid dream, it's like lucid hypnagogia. So that's when you're falling asleep, you have this pre-sleep imagery. And I'm lucid during those moments, or I have a lucid dream, or just when I'm waking up, I'll still be in a dream and still experiencing it. So there are various moments of lucidity throughout the night, and we have these micro awakenings every night where we can remind ourselves, hey, I'm asleep, and I'm going to go back to sleep again now, and I'm going to have a lucid dream. So setting your intention is really important for getting lucid.
All right, wonderful. You guys, I hope you're going to give it a try, and let me know, comments, and let me know if you've done lucid dreaming, what's your experience, all right? Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Claire. Great to have you, and much love, everybody.
Thanks so much.
Bye.